What's up? I hope you're doing well. Look, today we're going to be talking about how to code stuff faster. Now, coding is probably one of my biggest superpowers. I was doing imposter syndrome since 2011. Over the years though, I've learned a lot of stuff. From my computer science degree, to working for a few startups, to even working for big companies like Amazon. And learning how to code faster is one of those skills that nobody really teaches you. It's something that the industry expects us to learn along the way. But most importantly, this skill is passed down from generation to generation. Okay, let's learn how to code faster. Number one, using a checklist to plan your code. Now imagine this, I have a gigantic checklist of things I need to do for my new project. The real magic is focusing each and every day on a few checklists and getting those things done. And so now suddenly you're not wasting any time doing bullshit tasks like figuring out what color you need to put on your website, your CSS button, a small bug that you're encountering on the back end, some random database setting. You're not doing any of that. The skill you need to develop is taking very complex tasks and turning them into checklists for you to just check off easy peasy. This must be your new go-to every time you're working on a new feature or a new project. Every time you get a ticket, okay, and you're using some software like Jira or Notion to keep track of the ticket, genuinely spend some good time thinking about the task that you have to do. Abraham Lincoln always says, if I have an hour to cut a tree down, I'm gonna sharpen my axe for the first 55 minutes and then proceed to cut down the tree for the last 5. So I want you to apply the same mindset to your projects. Really think about what you need to get coded, think about every single step that you're gonna do, and then code it in the last 5 minutes of your time. This is where you get productive. Most of our creative energy, our brain juice as software engineers, as full stack developers, comes not from coding the literal characters into the IDE, into Visual Studio Code. No, it comes from thinking about the solution that you're going to build. So spend most of your time thinking about the solution and then go implement it. This next idea comes from Tim Ferriss. When I was 18, I was listening to one of his podcasts. Now these podcasts are 2-3 hours long, right? But I remember one thing sticking out very clearly. He was talking about listening to one song on repeat so that he could be more productive. 18-year-old me was like, what is this guy talking about? But that next day, when I was coding for a project, I decided to try it out. Now listen, because I'm the most alpha, the most successful, the most masculine man on the planet, I chose Gravity by John Mayer and I put it on repeat and I started coding. Let me tell you what an insane difference it makes. The first 3 or 4 times you listen to a song, you get bored of it. I understand. But in 2018, when I figured this tip out, my life changed forever. Look, when we're coding, we're doing some big brain shit, right? We're trying to build systems, okay? We're using our brains a lot. Now, you could put your brain through some random songs and let your brain guide you to the right solution. You could do that. Or imagine your thoughts being like the train on the train tracks. If your mind is not clear and fresh and in a flow state, you're gonna go somewhere random where you don't want to go perhaps. This is where this tip comes in. Now imagine this. Imagine you had a very predictable route that your brain was going to take. This is where listening to one song comes into play. When I tried it out for the first time, it was mind-blowing. Think about a song that gets you in the mood to create stuff, okay? For me, it was Gravity by John Mayer. It could be anything, really. Anytime I wanted to work, I would just think to myself, what's my favorite song currently? And I would take that song and I would press repeat on it. I would listen to that song 50 times in one working session. But you know what would happen? Because I was coding, right? Because at a certain point, your brain starts predicting what's gonna come next in the song, right? And I have this very bro science theory that because I was able to predict the next word in the song really accurately and all of the notes really accurately, the code that was coming from my brain was better, was faster, and was more efficient. I was put into a flow state. Being in flow state is real science, okay? Imagine you are focused completely on the task that you have in hand. Every single time your brain gets even a bit distracted, like when you're changing a song or when you go from a country song to a rap song, etc., your brain gets a bit dismantled. But if you put that one song on repeat or any particular playlist on repetition and you can follow the pattern, your brain gets used to the pattern and allows your thought process to follow that unique flow. It's some really cool, interesting stuff that's happening here. I would really urge you to try it out next time. Trust me, when you're coding and you can predict the next word in the song, it really, there's something magical magical that happens with your productivity. Maybe in the next 10-20 years the science will come out, but seriously, try it out. Let me know how that goes. Okay, this next one is pretty cool. I remember that I was sitting in a cafe in Poland once, right? And I had my resume in front of me. I was looking at it at my laptop. I wanted to make it better. So I decided, let's add some new projects to it. The project I decided to create was going to be a YouTube video summarizer. All you had to do was drop a video URL. It would get the transcript, summarize it using ChatGPT, and return the summary. That's it. Very simple, right? But I also remembered how a good requirement document helped me when I was in my first freelancing job. There were these very experienced engineers in my team, okay, for my first freelancing job that gave me 2 documents to work with for me to create an app from it. All they gave me were 2 documents. I remember this was a time where I didn't know how to code, but I was able to use those 2 documents to efficiently know what to code next. So I did it. So I thought to myself, hey, I know a little bit about coding. I made sure that I took the role of the project manager now, and I was going to delegate that role to a junior developer. And that junior developer was ChatGPT. In 2023, if you have access to AI, you are miles ahead of any developer that came before you in the past. I opened a new Google Docs document, and step by step I wrote exactly what the app needed to have in terms of front end, back end, database. I wrote exactly what it needed to have, exactly what the purpose was for the app, and I sent it to ChatGPT. On top of that, I told ChatGPT that your job is to give me a file tree, okay? It gave me a file tree with each and every file that needed to be in the project. Then, step by step, I started asking it for each file. And like the best coder that I am, I copy pasted each and every file into VS Code. Obviously, I had to correct a few things here and there, right? It was not perfect, but in 80%, 90% of the cases, it was totally fine. I pressed run on that shit and it worked. After deploying it, I sent it out to my friends and family, and before I knew it, I started getting hella good reviews. And this showed me the power of using AI as a developer. Look, bro, you can sit here and be like a junior developer and wait for someone to give you some work, or you can create your own stuff. You can use AI and junior developers like ChatGPT to actually build good. In the next few years, you're gonna see ChatGPT going from junior developer to media developer to senior developer. So it is your job today to actually learn about architecture, to learn about how these software systems are put into each other. This is where you will show your value as a developer. If you want to code faster, you must understand why people need software engineers in the first place. You can't be like those developers that think this development job is easy and that it's just a job and you take your time and you'll wait to get promoted in your job. No, you need to promote yourself. You need to understand that you are in charge of your destiny, man. Okay, so far I've given you 3 things, right? Boil your stuff down to checklists, get into flow state ASAP, and use AI like the junior developer slaves that they are. These 3 tips are going to maximize your productivity so much, it's not even funny. Genuinely, I feel bad for the developers that refuse to use AI, or that don't respect the art of flow state, or don't use checklists or any planning method to plan out their software. I feel bad for them because they're simply not going to be able to compete with the developers like us who give a about productivity. So look, we live in an age where every single developer out there is supercharged. They literally have a genius in their pocket to help them create the best software on the planet. It's crazy. Even Bill Gates, the guy who created computers, he was like, yo dude, this is crazy. Dude, seriously, I don't understand how people are not freaking out about this. Look, in your pursuit as a computer scientist, right? In your pursuit of becoming a full stack developer or respected software engineer, you must allow AI to help you achieve those goals. It's okay if you're scared that AI is going to take over your job. It's fine. Everyone has that feeling. But you must have the visionary ability to look in the future and see that you have to evolve your own skills to outperform ChatGPT. There is a reason why software is built in the first place, right? There's a reason why humans build software. The only thing ChatGPT can't replace is the human side of things, the business development side of things. And that's where you come in, man. It's okay if you're not coding the details anymore. You can work on the big picture stuff, the architectural stuff, and that is where you can show your value as a software engineer. Look, all I want for you is to become a respected software engineer, all right? And my goal on YouTube here is to help nurture, evolve, and bring together these software engineers so that we can make useful tools for society, okay? We shouldn't fall victim to these companies that are using our energy as developers to create software that ruin the lives of the young girls and the young boys around us. Not only that, our mothers, our fathers, our brothers, and our sisters are suffering because of these social media apps. And now the universe has given you the power to create apps in this world. I hope one day the people like us who want to help society win. Because genuinely, I've seen the effects of social media on people. It makes them into brainless zombies, and it's just too hard to talk about. Listen, life is a gift given by the gods to make a proper use of it. I want to ask you, if you vibe with this message, click that red button and join our movement. There will be a day when that number next to my name represents the amount of people looking to change this world. So take it easy. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate it. Take care. Love you. Bye.